I'm here at EuroPython with the star of the show, the star of all shows, Sebastián Ramírez. This is so fun getting to talk to him at the conference because I guess it was about 5 years ago. We were so proud in PyCharm of what we had for FastAPI support. We invited you on for a live stream, and this was one where you didn't do the work, I did the work, and you commented.
Right.
We were so proud of what we could show you. It's been a while since then. A lot's gone on for you. How are things going for FastAPI?
Nice. I remember that you had like the support for refactoring path parameters and extracting it from the arguments and
the magic stuff.
Cool. That's fancy. Nice. I think it's going great and like crazy in ways that I never expected.
Yeah.
FastAPI has grown so much. There's like so many people. Thank you for using FastAPI. It's really super cool. Yeah. And now I decided to start a company to make it super simple for people to deploy FastAPI applications because I could help and teach people how to go from learning some Python and then in a couple of weeks learn FastAPI to build something that is pretty much production ready in their laptop. But then deploying that, it was like, you're sort of on your own. And like, I didn't like that. And now I'm building something, well, I have been building with a team of amazing developers.
Sure.
And we just announced it like 1 month ago. We have the waiting list for FastAPI Cloud. And the idea is to make it super simple for people just to deploy to the cloud with just one command, FastAPI deploy, and that's it.
Yeah.
Of course, people can keep deploying FastAPI however they want. It's all open source. It's all based on standards. They can keep doing, like anything they want. But for many use cases, for the vast majority of use cases, dealing with all the complications of like all the infrastructure and like all the stuff is just so much stuff that goes into it.
You just want someone else to do it for you, right? Someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Like I'm building this because I wanted this to exist. And so I want to use it. And when I'm doing the demos, I say like FastAPI deploy and it works and it just works and it's like, oh, this is so cool. I have to keep the poker face, but it's exciting. It's
you wish you could go back to like 4 years ago and have that, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the #1 web framework on the planet in any programming language, right? And now there's a company behind it. So one of the things you and I were talking about, PyCharm is spending a lot of time thinking about data, about ML, data science, professionals who want to pay for things in order to get the best experience possible.
Yeah.
This sounds a lot like what you're doing because FastAPI is one of the biggest games in town for APIs.
Yeah, and I guess it's probably, well, first, I don't know if FastAPI is the top one, but at least in GitHub stars it is.
We'll say.
Proxy indicator. I guess it's also because, I got into Python to do machine learning and AI. It was before deep learning was a thing. I didn't know that's when it was starting.
Okay, all right.
I took like all the first batch of online courses from Coursera and from like all that stuff, like learning how to do all those things.
Yeah.
And after building a bunch of stuff related to data, machine learning, and AI, I realized that it always needed an API. And building those APIs was cumbersome. It was not, the tools that we had at hand were not designed for that use case.
Indeed.
And I wanted to solve that. And I guess that probably, that also helps it's not that FastAPI is made for data science or machine learning, it's just like for building APIs. But it so happens that machine learning and AI in most cases require APIs, and they just need exactly that. So, that's also, I guess that's also why FastAPI has grown so much into the AI and machine learning space. And it's amazing to see, people that are like opinion leaders in AI, like Andrew Ng, for example. That I admire someone saying like, oh, I recommend and I use FastAPI. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Any famous people using FastAPI for AI?
For example, I think yesterday there was this blog post explaining that OpenAI is pretty much like all FastAPI underneath. And it's the same with a bunch of other companies. And I think like virtually, most modern AI companies are doing things with FastAPI.
Yeah.
And it's also, it's also one of the main things that I want to allow people that are doing AI, machine learning. They build the model, then they can build a FastAPI app very quickly, and then deploying that shouldn't be that cumbersome. So I want to enable those people to be able to do that, All
right. Well, what I'd like to close with is building the #1 thing in GitHub stars. The #1 thing is a big achievement. Building a company is also a big achievement. Give a little sneak peek for what people might be expecting in the coming year from either FastAPI or from the company?
It's the funny thing is that the explanation and the pitch is super short. You install FastAPI and you already have a command FastAPI. You can do FastAPI dev
Yes.
to get like the development server, or FastAPI run to get the production server. That is what you will use when you deploy it on your own.
Yep.
But now you also have a command FastAPI deploy.
Yeah.
That deploys the thing to the cloud. We handle the rest, and then you get an HTTPS URL back. We handle HTTPS. We handle building, installing, deploying, auto-scaling, including scaling down to 0 when there are no requests, all based on the requests.
The kind of thing you wish you could have, right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
And then integrations with the database providers so that you can have like the best tools at hand to build the thing, and it just like, focus on building the product and not on babysitting the servers.
That's a good way to put it. I know that this will be kind of rolling out through private preview and general release and stuff like that. As this happens, will you come back over and do another webinar with us?
Of course. I always have so much fun with you.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it, Sebastián Ramírez. Thank you.
Thank you.